How do you be authentic in a world that occasionally praises gimmicks and inauthenticity? But now we're fighting against realness. And what's the dumbest thing you can do to get somebody to watch? Hey guys, welcome back to This is for the Creators podcast. I am on the beach right now in sunny San Diego, California, and this is an impromptu podcast. I'm gonna be switching my podcast location everywhere I go because I have autonomy to do what I want and I don't have to be in the same spot in the same place every time I want to talk to you guys. I want to be wherever I want to be. So we're on the beach today, and I also have class. That's why I'm in San Diego, but we're on the beach today. So this is an impromptu podcast, and we're going to talk about a couple things. One that's been on my creative mind probably for the last couple of days as I've been posting and kind of trying to find my groove. And another thing we're going to talk about is the Met Gala, because it just happened, and the looks and the theme and what everyone was doing. And yeah, I'm just going to check in with you guys. This impromptu, just random next episode on the beach because I want to, because I can. So first, let's talk about what I've been thinking about this week. So I've been posting a lot. And just trying to find my voice as a creative at this point in my life. I'm 30. A lot of life has happened and just certain things don't interest me anymore. My brain has developed way past, when I started, I was 22 or 18 or 17 or 16, 15, whatever. Like I've grown. So that tends to affect the kind of art that you put out when you've grown. You are interested in different things move you, different things draw you. And I've been feeling a little bit like not an imposter, because I know we've talked about this on I think the first episode 1 about imposter syndrome. But just feeling like I'm not being authentic enough. I'm being curated. And I feel like the easiest way to get to you is to just be you off rip the band-aid. This is who I am. Accept me for who I am. Let it be, let it rock, let it roll. But I'm just struggling doing that because I have like this older, I'm supposed to be mature and put together version of me. And like, I can't just do anything and do whatever because now I'm 30 and now I can't just be looking all crazy. And I'm really trying to, hush and quiet and kill that voice inside of me. And then the other side of me is like, just do what you want. Just be yourself. And then it's like, I'm going to look crazy. I'm going to, I don't know. People say look cringe or look weird or what have you. And I've been wrestling with that because anytime I'm on the platform, I'm putting something out, like sometimes what I put out doesn't feel authentic because I feel like I'm trying to perform and not just be me and not just find people who are similar to me and like me. And I talked to good old chat. I don't have a therapist right now because the pockets is pocketing in this season. I will get a therapist soon. So chat is my next therapist. Just about like, okay, how can I make sure that I come off inauthentic? Because when I'm posting, I'm feeling like the algorithm, social media, is not finding my audience. It says, well, Q, you are multifaceted. You are not a niche, one-dimensional person. And unfortunately, trying to find a lane for you is even harder than you focusing on a niche. And I'm like, that's true. I've always been multidimensional, always have my hands in many things. I like many things. I can focus on something as well. That's not to say I cannot, but I like to do a lot of stuff. So it's like, you just have to find your voice within that. Like you have to be yourself within that. You have to just be you in the things that you do and let your voice be the constant. I said, okay, I hear you. Because I always want to come off authentic, but sometimes to people you don't know, you can be cringe, and those probably ain't the people for you. And it's another creative. Her name is Halise, and she essentially has these prompts to like get you to post and get you to do things. And I did my first one today, just introducing myself, and I think it went over pretty well. And I just want to keep practicing being authentic and finding people who are like me. Being authentic and finding people who are like me. This is a topic I want to talk about later in the future, also with more creatives, not just myself. How do you be authentic in a world that occasionally praises gimmicks and inauthenticity? And I know we're getting out of that phase of social media and people just wanting real realness and real content. But it is something tricky to balance, especially when you actually do love to create and you just aren't a content person solely. Some people can perform because it's just content. They're just doing it for money. They don't really care. So it's almost like, how do you separate that? How do you separate the two, but still be able to get what you need and get what you want? How do you come across? It's not even come across. You literally just got to be yourself. And like I said, it's just hard sometimes to do that when you're in a world that praises the latest and quick and fast thing. Like back in the day, there was no social media. You can come across and act and be yourself and have good skills. And that's what people wanted, realness. But now we're fighting against realness. And what's the dumbest thing you can do to get somebody to watch? Now, mind you, I know that don't last. I know that doesn't last. I know it doesn't last. I know it doesn't last. But still, as you're trying to get the ball rolling, as you're trying to find your community, as you're trying to build and share and help other people along the way, you can't help but like battle with that. You know, it's like gimmicky versus being yourself, and when being yourself isn't enough, and we need to do this random thing or do this quick thing to catch someone's attention in the first 1.5 seconds. All in all, to say that being myself, I have to be good at. But then that's another question. When you haven't been yourself for so long, how do you be yourself? Yeah. If you haven't been yourself for so long, how do you then be yourself? How do you know who you are? That's another question, another thought provoking thought. Hope you guys are enjoying this here. So, yeah, that was just something that had been on my mind. I'm like, I don't want to perform, I want to be me. And people rock with it, they rock with it. And if they don't, they don't, you know? But you want to get people to rock with you for being you and not being something to catch someone's attention. Yeah. So I've been struggling with that a bit. But I'm going to practice being myself on my social media pages and on here on the podcast, on the network. Um, Check out my page, Hey, This Is Cute, or Hey, It's Cute. And clock if I'm being myself or not. Clock if I'm being myself or not. Yeah. So there's that. Let's get into these Met Gala looks. I'm just going to go in the order that I screenshotted everyone. And it's some looks that I like, and it's some looks that I'm like, I'd rather not. Or not I'd rather not, just like I'd rather not spend my time talking about it, or I'll just be like, they showed up. That just means they didn't do the best. Because I don't want to spew negativity on here. We all artists, we all creative in our own right. Now the theme for the Met Gala, I have my phone here because I have the screenshot. The theme for the Met Gala is let me double check, but I know it was art as a costume or something like that. Let me double check. Let me hold on. Okay. The theme is fashion is art, and essentially you're wearing art as like your outfit, what you put out, like a bodysuit, costume, whatever. Something in that range. So essentially what you put on, sorry I'm looking around, people are driving around and carrying on. Essentially what you wear should feel like a work of art. Like if someone just painted something. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this Vogue article. All right, let's go ahead and get started real quick. And mind you, I love fashion, I love art, I love creativity in all facets. So that's why we're talking about this. I'm not just talking just to talk. You guys already know that why did I have to say that? You guys already know that I'm creative. Okay. Let's get into these looks. See, this is me trying to filter myself. Okay. So we got Rihanna. I was about to say Rihanna. You know how black folks, we just say what we see. Rihanna. She has on Mason Margiela, and this look, yes, is a costume. Fashion is art. This is something I could see up on a wall. This is this is art to me. This is art to me. Rihanna's look is art. So yes, we'll give her that. Okay, next we have Cardi B. At first I was confused, I'm not gonna lie, about Cardi B's look, but I knew it was something. Like I knew that there was a backstory behind what she's doing. Um, just the look that she put together, that it was something more than just what it looks like. Because a lot of times the designers have backstories to what they're doing, and it's not just they just put up anything. Like there's a backstory, there's something that they're imitating, replicating, or a concept that they had. So when I saw her, I was like, huh. But I'm like, okay, let me go look, and I'll put the comparison up on the screen. I was like, let me go look and see what she's channeling and what she's trying to say. And I definitely understand now, but you definitely need more context. But this is art. Fashion is art. This is that first. So yeah, she got that. Okay, so at first I did screenshot people that I like, and then at the end I started to screenshot people that I didn't like, so I can kind of just say what I didn't like about it. But yeah, let's keep going. All right, Emma Chamberlain. So I love this piece because she has on a dress that was hand painted, and just the way the fingers flow from the dress. I'm just gonna put my phone here. Okay. Just the way the fingers flow from the dress, and I'm looking here, just the way the fingers flow from the dress, the way the dress comes down is in a circle. It's like a flood, like it flows, like it makes sense. It's tied to her body, her hair matches. It's just like, yeah, there we go. Duran taught us. Okay. If you know, you know. Okay, next is Madonna. She also did Fashion is Art. I think this is a really good piece. She also has the like pieces to go with her look. This I would consider and see something that would be, this is actually a painting. Yeah, this is actually a painting, but this is something that I would see and be like, okay, yeah. Like I could see this being a painting. I could see this being a work of art. So that's what Madonna has on. So she definitely did Fashion is Art. So yes to Madonna. Okay, Keke Palmer. I'm a big Keke Palmer fan. It's your girl. Definitely got to stand up for our black women. Now, for Kiki's look. Sorry, I lost my doggone page. Okay, for Kiki's look. From the head down to the neck, in which I was told she has on $1 million necklace as well. And she was styled by Prabal Gung. And I'll put the people that they're styled by at the bottom. From the neck down, I think she looks great. The hairpiece looks good. The makeup looks good. The necklace is nice. The shoulders are out. It's just something about the dress and the way it falls off her body. I'm just not feeling. And I'm not getting the fashion is art either. I'm just getting like cloth and material in a no shade way. I'm not getting like a story, if that makes sense. But everything from the head to the neck looks great. The shoes look great to me as well. I just wish like there wasn't these puffs on her dress. I don't know. It's just I'm not understanding the flow and the vision. All right, so there's that. Okay, same thing for Coco Jones. I think this one I started capturing people too that I'm like, I'm not sure. Styled by the same designer, Prabal Gurung. I probably said it wrong. Same thing for her. I like the color. The color is beautiful. The skin, the hair, beautiful. The dress is beautiful. It's like when it gets down to her mid calves, the fabric and the way it lays changes. And then also the way it flows to the back, but then it doesn't flow to the front. It's not giving fashion is art. It's also giving I have on a piece of fabric. But if the designer would have at least maybe cut off the back and just had her twirling around and it just came down like a puff, that probably would have flowed more. But I'm also not getting fashion is art from this. I'm also getting just beautiful silhouette, beautiful lady. Yeah. So not fashion is art for that one either. Okay. And Yoki, I'm probably not saying her name right, and it is what it is. And Yoki Yai. So she's giving like Mother of Sorrow. That was like the look that I was told or that I read that she was going for. This is giving me painting, especially when you zoom in on her face and how everything is constructed, how the dress flows to the body. She has a little bit of skin on the arm, and the way this comes and it's like a veil, like, she's going to a wedding, like, like she's a sad bride, or what was it? Sad mother of sorrow, or something like that. As if she's going to a funeral or something like that. I think her face like has a hint of gold on it. Her hair is nice. The way she's posing like really accentuates the dress. I feel like that's another thing. When you know the outfits that you're going to be wearing, you should also be practicing the poses so you know how it best looks from a shape and symmetry wise when you're on the carpet. Some people may forget about that, or maybe Vogue just took some bogus pictures of some people, not her, but other people. The poses really threw off the look as well. Okay, let's go to the next person. Lisa and Robert Wan and Bulgari. Again, this is beautiful and flowy. I like that she has hands on her side and that she has extra arms holding up a veil. That's giving art to me. That's giving fashion is art. That's giving fashion is art. This guy, Rami, fashion is art. I like the way this comes around his neck. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And a lot of the guys, I didn't see guys do too much. Maybe a suit. I saw guys with some cool pants, but there is a guy in here that did do his big one even with a suit. You'll salt. Beautiful. Fashion is art. I can see this being a piece. I can see this being an installation. When I look at it, I get it. Now, I don't know exactly what she is or what she's wearing, but just looking at it, it's the shapes. It's the shapes and it's the pose. And she got that down pat. That's what I mean by what you wear and then how you are posing in it really will help us to know, how you want it to come across, if that makes sense. Janelle, come on. I already knew Janelle was going to do her big one on this one. I already knew. I already knew. Because even in her earlier days when she wore tuxes and suits, she was always prim and proper. Now, this supposedly is like a mix between nature and technology or something like that. But even still, this looks like an installation, something you would see at a museum at an exhibit. This is something that I would consider art. So fashion is art. She's wearing it. And then her hair, pretty simple because her dress is so loud. It makes sense. Okay, this is the guy I want to talk about, Wisdom. First time I seen him was on TikTok when he would do all these cool looks from different time periods. His pants are outstanding because the shape, so it's straight down the middle, it bulges on the side. He has this tight, upright look. He has shades on, he has a tie, like for this tight, prim and proper look. And then the bottom half is like loosey-goosey. It just works. Now, is it giving fashion is art? I wouldn't say fashion is art, but for the males, again, there's not many big, crazy things males can do, in my opinion, from what I've seen, but they can play with shapes, and I think he did that really, really well. This nigga. Anderson packing this wig. He just showed up. I think I started to get into the looks of people who just showed up and they was happy to be there, and he is one of them. Now, he don't look bad, but bro, next. Okay, this is another look where when I look at it, I instantly think of art, a painting, a piece, something where my eye instantly is drawn like, oh, I want to look and explore more. I want to see where my eye goes, and I want to hear the story of what she's telling with her look, with the extra face she has on, with the hat that is flowing up and going to the side. I think it looks amazing. I don't know her story, of course, but yeah, this is fashion is art to me, especially the hairpiece, the pose with her hand. Like, that's what I mean by like you have to pose accordingly so it makes sense when the picture is taken of what you are trying to embody or portray. Okay. This is cool too. It's definitely giving fashion is art. I would want to know more. That's all I'll say on that. I want to know more. This, the shapes, the symmetry, the flowiness of the dress, the arms cover. Is that red gloves? The red gloves, the hat. It's just giving shape after shape and flow. It's like my eye is going all these places. That's when I consider fashion as art, or that's what I would consider fashion as art kind of theme. I don't know what's going on here for real. It's just too much. It's just too much. It's too much. And the pose, I don't think, is really selling it either. And this is Jean Baptiste. His hair, okay, so his hair is going with the kind of tuxedo he has on. It's giving like old school, back in the day, shoo-wop, boo-bop, type vibe. But the coat, the pants, the white shoes, it's a lot. It's a lot. There's no shape. There's no lines. Yeah. Okay, we got Doja. I love my girl Doja down for sure. Team Doja all the way. I'm just not sure where the art is coming from, but I could see like the material. Maybe it's like it's like some kind of like, I don't know, nylon spandex. I'm not too sure, but the reference I was told was she's giving Ritz cracker wrapper. So yeah. Just I'm not it's not giving fashion as art. But it's a beautiful dress. I'll say that. This is also another person a part of the I Just Showed Up crew. I Just Showed Up crew. Decent dress, wrong occasion. Decent dress, wrong occasion. It's just like that was just something pulled. There's no eye drawn anywhere. I know she has some things on her hands, but it's like there's no wow. There's no like, what are you? What is this? What inspired? It's just like, it's a dress. It's a dress for an event. I put it on and I had these accessories on my hands. No shade. It's just not giving fashion as art. All right. So she was the last one. She was the last one. I didn't want to bag on too many people. I wanted to mostly do positive reviews, just because, this is a positivity page, creativity page, what you're doing, yeah. This is the kind of podcast that this is. So I didn't want to bag on too many people, but there was a lot of other people who just showed up, who just put something on and didn't follow the theme. Fashion is art. So I hope you guys enjoying this view. I'm going to do my podcast wherever I want. I'm going to be on the top of the Sears Tower in Chicago, which is where I'm from originally. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoyed the looks. Let me know down in the comments, or let me know anywhere you see this. What would have been your look if you attended the Met Gala? Like, what would have been your vibe, your style? Like, what would you have put on so you can show up and pose? What would you have put on so you can show up and pose and showcase that fashion is art to you? I would love to know. And also, let's make sure, like I talked about earlier in the podcast, we're trying to be authentic as possible and finding what authenticity is for you as you have changed. That was the thing, right? I've changed so much. What is authentic to me, right? But anywho, make sure we practice that. Let me know about the looks. Let me know what was your favorite look, if you looked at the Met Gala outfits. And I will see you guys in the next episode. This is For the Creatives Podcast. My name is Q. Thanks so much.